I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just turning on my camera on and filming. I want a podcast. This is obviously not a realistic thing that could happen. I have way too many things going on in my life. Nothing that involves in my career, but just the fact that I have a child that I have to raise and school and stuff like that. So I guess that is kind of my career, but I wish I had a podcast. That's just the bottom line. That's just me ranting about me being a broke bitch, not being able to have a podcast. I was sitting in my car. I drove to Tennessee to see my mom and my dad with my son, and on the way back I was listening to EmmaChamberlain podcast, and I never listened to her. I didn't even realize she had a podcast, and I was like hype because something about her voice just soothes my soul. I just loved it. I loved how brutally honest she is. There's so many things that I didn't know about her that I learned about her. She's just like a freaking cool person and true to herself. Anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, obviously everyone loves EmmaChamberlain. I mean, how could you not? And if you don't, like, get checked before you check yourself before you wreck yourself. So yeah, it's just me talking about podcasts and stuff, like Cody Tiny Meat Gang podcast. Freaking love that podcast, man. Doing push-ups and working out to it, and I like stop and like pee my pants laughing. A controversial one that nobody's gonna want to hear is Trisha Paytas podcast. However, her podcast got canceled, but she does have it on her YouTube channel. It's called The Dish with Trish. I think she's gonna change the name. She talks about some scandalous stuff. So if you're not into that, or you're a child watching this, do not watch it. And if you watch it and you end up telling your mom that I'm the one who told you to go watch it, that's wrong, because I'm telling you right now to not freaking watch it. Also, my video is not recommended for kids, so you can't get me in trouble. Whatever your name is, Timmy, Leah, any name, because I mean, kids are freaking crazy. Could be a Bob out there who's trying to mess with me. It's his hands, bro. I did this filter on my son. I'm not sure if you can see it. And I sent it to my mom, and she's like, weird. But I'm like, it's so funny. He thinks he's a Cheeto. I really wanted to do a video where I was listening to EmmaChamberlain's podcast and just laughing. That would have been like an hour-long video, which I might still do. The reason why I would want to film that is because I talk back to her as I'm driving. I'm like, yeah, you're right, Emma. Like, I know her or something. I feel like I do, but if I saw her on the street, I was like, hey, Emma. She'd be like, just another fan. Loser. Is she older than me by like, what, 3 years? You know how people make you feel like your child's gonna be like weird if they're an only child? If you're an only child, that is nothing towards you at all, because I do not agree with that. But for a while I was worried. I was worried because I only have Will, and I'm not sure if I really want another one. She seems like an amazing person, so whoever put it into your head as a kid, because that was put into my head as a kid, that only children are weird, which is not true, because all the people that I used to be friends with who are only child are now just cool. Alright, probably because they weren't being harassed by their siblings. I'm not telling you that I'm not having a second, but I'm not sure if I want to have a second. 8:19 at night. See? It's at night. I feel like every video I'm chewing on a piece of freaking gum. It's disrespectful. But you know what? I don't care. If somebody chewed like that right next to me, I'd probably throat punch them and cry, because it would be like, but yeah, I wish I had a podcast. I have a lot of to say, but also nothing at the same time. Do I want to be mysterious? Do I want to tell people about myself? I'm having a dilemma. Let me look at the podcast. I have the podcast app. If you are hoping for anything exciting to happen, you're wrong. It's too late. Oh, I listened to Deeper with the Dolans Twins, but I don't really think Emma and them get along or something's happening between them. But I do listen to them because they do talk about some interesting things. Of course, I watch the Joe Rogan podcast. I mean, it's the #1 podcast in the world. Do I even need to explain why I listen to that podcast? No. I listen to the Creepy, a horror podcast, but I don't listen to it when I'm driving at night. Some of those stories are so scary, it makes me like pee my pants. I sometimes listen to Zane and Heath Unfiltered. I have mixed feelings about the Vlog Squad, you know, but I think everybody does now. Just a lot of things have been said and done, you know, but I think that group of people is pretty genuine. This one just made me cry. Do you see? What the f? I don't know, but the Jenna and Julien podcast is over, and I used to listen to them when running. Now it's over. If I had a podcast, what would I talk about? I'd probably talk about my mental health, which is literal garbage. If you didn't know, I take Zoloft. It has nothing to do with anything, but, well, it does, but it doesn't, because why would you need to know something like that? But I guess if you love me, you want to know that. But I don't think any of my followers love me yet. But I'll make you fall in love with me. Talk about my son, duh. I mean, what is a mom to do? I can't like not talk about that little butthole. So okay, he's a butthole, but he's a sweet butthole, you know? It's okay that sometimes he karate kicks me in the face, or he'll do this thing where he like goes in to kiss me and like freaking try and bite me. It's a trick. It's a freaking trick. He's a sneaky little son of a gun. What else would I talk about on the podcast? My past, my future. I don't know. This video's over. If you want me to do a podcast, let me know. If you would actually listen to it, let me know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait until I become like big on YouTube, if that ever happens. That would be awesome. I love to talk about things like that. I would love to go into a really deep subject, like just about life, and just go into it. My camera's about to die, so I should probably just turn this off. Love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to me rant. Bye.